Hey, Will, as always, speaking legal. All right, here's today's question. Let's take a look. My boyfriend has a felony warrant for his arrest. Do I need to hire a bondsman? Will they come and arrest him at work?
It was worth the price of admission to hear you say those words, Tom.
Yeah. Did I read that right?
Sorry to hear that. Yeah. I guess.
That sounds like two questions.
Perhaps the new boyfriend would be in order.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, they're related. It's okay. Well, first of all, there's more than one kind of warrant, and we know this is a felony warrant, but there's two different situations that could apply here, and it's going to make a difference. You can get a warrant issued for your arrest just because someone has for your arrest at that time, and then yes, the police can come and pick you up, either at your home or at your work or wherever you may be found. It's a little uncommon, at least in this part of the world, for police to actually go out looking for people on warrants. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It does happen from time to time. But normally those are in the system, and then somebody gets pulled over for speeding or whatever. You just have a random encounter with law enforcement. They run you in the computer.
There's a warrant.
And
then they say, out of the car.
Away you go.
Yes,
right?
Okay, right.
Yeah, bracelets and all that good stuff. So that's actually the type of warrant we're gonna talk about today. But I just want to briefly mention the other type of warrant is you knew you were supposed to go to court. You had a court date. There wasn't a warrant, but then you did not show up for your court date. You got what's called a failure to appear warrant. That's a little bit of a different situation. But there's still, in either case, you can hire a bondsman, but only if there is a bond set. Most cases have a bond set by the judge. What a bond is that's an amount of money that you have to post in order to be released from jail. Normally they're stated in terms of cash bonds, so there may be a $10,000 bond on a case. What that would mean is for you to be released from jail, you would have to post $10,000. You'd pay that to the jail, they would hold it, and then as long as you make all your court appearances when you're supposed to, regardless of the outcome of the case, as long as you appear when you're supposed to, you're going to get all that money back when the case is over. Okay? Or you can hire a bondsman. What bondsmen normally do is they take, generally speaking, a 10% fee. So on a $10,000 bond, you would pay a bondsman $1,000, and then they would guarantee that $10,000, your appearance or the $10,000.
Oh, and they guarantee it.
Oh, they guarantee it, yeah. If you don't show up, they have to pay the $10,000 in. So they're very interested in your whereabouts and that you are going to court when you're supposed to. And that's when the whole bounty hunter thing comes in. Bondsmen will hire bounty hunters to go find you and bring you to court so they don't have to pay that money in. What's a better course of action in cases like this is to hire a lawyer. In many jurisdictions, most jurisdictions in fact, not all, but in many of them, a lawyer can go into court on your behalf and say, Judge, I've been hired by this person to represent them. You probably have to go with them.
Yeah.
We're here because we know there's a warrant pending. We would like to ask that you either reduce the amount of on owner cognizance. So that actually can be a better use of your money, because if you can get your lawyer hired, now you've got a lawyer hired and you've saved money and maybe completely eliminated the expense of a bondsman. A lot of times people do it backwards. They'll hire the bondsman, get out of jail, and then go looking for the lawyer and maybe not have enough money left over to hire a lawyer. Then they'll go and ask for a public defender, and the judge goes, well, what did you do with your money? You got out of jail. You shouldn't have done that. You should have spent your money on your lawyer, not your bondsman. So really, the thing to do is hire a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, in this whole situation, when you're talking about a warrant, you know, out for you, the bond is set after you, is it after you appear before the judge? I mean, you're going to be taken in one way or another.
Actually, not necessarily.
Oh, okay,
in many cases, especially felony warrants and even failure to appear warrants, what they're going to do is they're going to issue a warrant and they're going to set a bond amount at that time.
At that time. Okay.
And this is all just a kind of...
So that's why she wanted to almost preemptive strike here. She figures it's going to happen one way or the other.
She may even know what the bond is, because if you know about the warrant, then probably what's happened is they've been on the computer system, looked up the case, seen the warrant, and it may say right in the docket entry what the bond amount is. So she may already know. There's a warrant, it's for this type of case, and we know what the bond amount is. But a better course of action, like I said, hire a lawyer, see if you can get that bond lifted or reduced.
Go to an attorney first.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, Will, thank you.
All right, if you have a legal
Welcome.
question for him, email him at wworsham@color10.com. He will answer your question on the show.
All right, appreciate you being here. Once again, okay, we're going to talk about bi-weekly mortgage payments for this week's Dollars and Cents segment, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Ozarks' best local restaurants are showing us why they're so good. Follow us into their amazing kitchens and see how they create award-winning dishes like this one. The Ozarks' best local restaurants, Thursdays at 4.